catch by Jay Nathaniel. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
Junior take a shot deep. Open target. Her third from left to right. Sets off. Oh,
Down!
watch him. He's gonna step. He's gonna go for. It fell from the sky into Aaron Ike's hand.
A frigid night in South Bend, Indiana. It is a brisk 20 degrees, feels like 13. Tonight on the CFSL Thursday night, we have the Tennessee Volunteers facing off against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Joining me in the booth is Dominic, a.k.a. Umbreon Untamed. Dominic, we had a great one at 6:30. Can we expect another one at 8:30?
Oh, we can only hope that it matches the energy. Now, I will say it is good to be back, and if you're Silent Ninja, you're probably thinking, oh no, I have to listen to Umbreon one more time. It is a privilege and an honor to be back being the unofficial official voice of Notre Dame football.
Well, I am glad to be joining you in the booth. Joel McKinn Jr. on the return, and Dominic. Tonight we have two teams facing off that went a combined 1-15 last year. Neither one of them had the season they wanted, but season 22 gives opportunity to a new breed of teams as Tennessee starts off with offense first. Kelby Fulton on the carry, 1 yard.
Oh, no, absolutely. So both teams did not have the season they wanted last year, but I do see some new players littered out across both teams, looking to see if they can get this ship started.
Verdugo in the shotgun, fires it to the right, finds a man on an out route. He cuts it up the sideline, broken tackle. Joel McKinn Jr. for 40 yards. Tennessee into Irish territory.
And what a start you want to see if you are the Volunteers. Just beautiful execution, crisp out route, getting hands on the ball, turning upfield. Good credit to the blockers. Just a beautiful start for the Volunteers.
And Dominic, we all know that a few seasons ago, Tiny, the AD of Tennessee, broke what was the longest losing streak in CFSL history, spanning over 4 seasons. Right now, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish have a current losing streak of 17 goals. Oh, I'm sorry. Apparently my mic is cutting out. I apologize. I will readdress that in just a second. Verdugo under center, 2 tight ends to the top, 2 to the bottom. Verdugo drops back, fires it out, and it is dropped by Verdugo.
Yeah, try that again for us, Cade, one more time.
Okay, so we all know that Tiny, a couple seasons ago, ended the longest losing streak in the CFSL as Tennessee comes out in an empty formation. Currently, Notre Dame has the longest losing streak in the CFSL with 17 games, okay? Can Notre Dame break that streak tonight?
Well, you'd like to think if you were a Fighting Irish, you would like to think that you are capable of getting that monkey off your back. Plenty of time to see, and we will find out in due time.
Verdugo drops back, looking, fires it into the sidelines, didn't have anybody. Yeah, we're not harping on the tiny losing streak. We're just talking about how Tennessee and Notre Dame in recent memory not living up to the expectations that either Silent Ninja or Tiny would like to see for their squads. 2 to the bottom, 2 to the top. Verdugo hands off to Fulton. Fulton running right, lowers his shoulder. First down, Tennessee.
Just a good, hard north-south run there by Kelby Fulton. Dropping pads, getting low, meeting, and just absolutely fighting for that first.
3 receivers to the bottom, 2 backs in the backfield with Verdugo. Verdugo decides to keep it on the read option, has a lot of room. Touchdown, Volunteers. Tennessee strikes first.
Just an easy, made it look like it's just elementary out there. Beautiful for execution. They took what they wanted, didn't force anything, didn't mind throwing away when it wasn't there. Just a good execution of a drive by Tennessee. Now it's going to be time for Notre Dame to come back and see if they can answer while the defense goes and sits on the sideline, look at some notes, and make some adjustments after that first drive.
And if you're Tiny and Rocky Top, that is exactly what you wanted to see, like you just said. Just under 2 minutes on that drive. Nice, easy touchdown. That is exactly what you want if you're Tennessee on the road here. And if you're Notre Dame, it's a long game. They've got brand new freshman quarterback under center. You have an opportunity to get it done right now.
No, absolutely, and you're gonna call yourself lucky. You've got a freshman having his first start. You're at home, so hopefully the crowd shouldn't be too much of a factor.
Two tight ends to the top, two receivers to the bottom. Matt Perez, the freshman, incomplete on his first pass. The 5-star quarterback out of Tyler, Texas, stands at 6'2", 235. Two receivers to the top, two to the bottom. Perez in the shotgun. Play action. Steps up, fires it to the left side, has a man. Jordan Little for 5 yards, sets up a 3rd and 5.
And Jordan Little just absolutely setting up shop, getting the toes down, and making the grab.
Two receivers to the bottom. Back offset to the right. Perez in the shotgun. Tennessee bringing pressure. Perez over the middle, has a man wide open, finds his tight end, Tom Brown, on a streaking route into Tennessee territory.
Okay, call me crazy. I am a fan of the tight end. I do love big boys making big plays, and just makes a big old smile on my face to see Tom Brown just absolutely get open, go get that, and move these chains for the Fighting Irish now in Tennessee territory.
And we have a Twitch update after this play. Two tight ends on the field. Perez under center, motions a tight end from left to right. Perez hands off to his running back. Running right is Olin Norris for 2-yard loss. Sets up 2nd and 12. Over on Twitch, a 37-yard touchdown run by Bojack Merriweather as Clemson goes up to a 10-0 lead on LSU. Just over four minutes left in the first quarter. Three receivers to the top. Perez in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands off to Norris, running left, has a man, or gets outside, keeps going to the sideline, 9-yard run on 2nd and 11, sets up a 3rd and 2.
Now, Kate, I will say the last season, this Notre Dame offense predicated on Olin Norris through the good and the bad. We should expect to see a good dose of Olin Norris throughout the night.
Perez takes the snap, Norris on the screen pass, running right, has the first down. And it is our first down on a screen all night on Thursday. The Irish move the chains.
Hey, Kate, call me crazy, but they say 60% of the time the screen works every time.
Well, I'm hoping those odds get back in our favor because it didn't work at any point in the last game. Perez in the shotgun, takes the snap, fires, batted down at the line, tipped up, had a chance to be picked. Tennessee defense fighting early.
Ooh, they are going to be lucky that got batted down safely into no man's land. That could have been disastrous for Notre Dame.
Two receivers to the top. Perez hands off to his back, running left on a counter, and it is Jesse Morris, I believe. That is a walk-on. Oh, yeah, walk-on love, baby.
Hey, walk-ons are just as credible as anybody else at any given time.
Three receivers to the top, tight end to the bottom. Perez in the shotgun, play action. He's firing to his right side, has a man on a crossing route. Broken tackle, into the end zone goes Jordan Little. Touchdown, Irish.
Look at Jordan Little playing two ways, saying I can lock you up on defense and I can go get on offense and still get in the end zone. What a find and what a grab. Notre Dame, pending the PAT, has answered back. This might be fireworks part 2 tonight for us, Cade.
And it was a great throw by Perez to Little. It would have been a first down no matter what, but there were 3 Tennessee defenders there that just couldn't bring him down. And credit where credit's due, the young man coming over from the defensive side of the ball to play receiver gets a big touchdown. And in the first half of this first quarter, we got 2 touchdowns on the board.
You love to see production in bunches like this. Maybe the defense is turning around, get locked in, and we start seeing some stymies. But from the start, looks like we can see fireworks all night.
And Nico Dennis takes the ball out 23 yards, sets up Tennessee just inside or just past the 25-yard line, excuse me. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Verdugo in the shotgun. Fulton behind him. Takes the snap. He's looking, fires it over the middle, has a man on a crossing route. A Shepherd, his first catch of the night, sets up a 2nd and 1.
Kate, I do want to go ahead and take a moment out and give some love in chat. I want to give a little shout out to Jordan getting his first career touchdown. Have yourself a night, big fella.
Hey, shout out, young man, shout out. 2 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Verdugo fires it to the top of the screen, has a man on an out route, broken tackle, and it will be a first down for James Triplett.
Wonder if he is in fact a triplet. Must do some research.
If he is a triplet and his last name is Triplett, he had to have That's something. That's a documentary right there. 2 tight ends to the bottom of the field. Verdugo hands off to Fulton. Fulton has a lane, reaching for the first down and gets it. 1st and 10, Tennessee.
That Kelby Fulton just absolutely just keeping that head down, not going east-west. Just says, if you're gonna hit me, come get me.
We have another Twitch update after this play. Verdugo hands off to Fulton, running right again. Has a lane, gets 11 yards, another first down. Over on Twitch, a 5-yard touchdown run by the freshman TD Hurd, and Clemson goes up 17-0 with 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Seems like LSU's going to need to find some answers over there in a hurry.
I was told it was the fight over Death Valley because both Clemson and LSU consider their home stadium Death Valley, and it seems like Clemson's winning that fight early. Fulton for 4 yards on first down.
Just still, I'm gonna say it all night. Just gritty, hard nose running by Kelby Fulton.
Full house formation. 3 backs in the backfield with Verdugo. Verdugo turns around, hands it to Fulton, and goes nowhere. Gets a yard, but goes from 2nd and 6 to still 3rd and 6. Great stand by the Notre Dame defense.
And I believe that was Michael Miller in on the tackle on that one. Not completely sure, but I think credit goes to Michael Miller.
3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Verdugo in the shotgun, takes a snap, fires it downfield into traffic, and it is intercepted. The Irish with the first turnover of the night and the first mistake for Sterling Verdugo. Homer Jackson with the interception.
Yeah, like I said, the first chink in the armor all night for both teams. We know we saw turnovers were an issue in our first game, and you still can come down and almost decide everything. Gotta imagine he's gonna want to shake that off and get his head back into the game. But that is a massive takeaway for the Fighting Irish.
And that is a 3-star strong safety out of Texas. Great job by the young man for his first career interception. Matt Perez fires over the middle, has a man on a drag route, and it is caught by Rowan Perez. 2nd and 3 coming up.
Oh, this game looks like it's going to be shaping up to be exciting. I cannot wait, Cade.
Can we ask for some better YouTube games on Thursday night? This has been fantastic. Perez in the shotgun. Perez in the shotgun, looking, has all day, decides to buy a condo, cuts upfield, runs near the midfield, broken tackle, 14-yard run, first down for the freshman.
Absolutely shot out of a cannon, finding that hole and meeting Alex Thompson, who drops the hammer in open field.
3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Perez in the shotgun, play action, fires it on a crossing route, has a man wide open, stiff arm met at the line to gain. Jordan Little for 10 yards, sets up a first down.
So, Cade, what size condo do you think he was buying since he had all that time back there in the pocket?
He was buying one for him and all his receivers right now. 3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Perez in the shotgun, looking, decides to call his own number again, cuts upfield, has some space, lowers his shoulder, breaks a tackle, gets 9 yards, sets up a 2nd and 1.
Love what I'm seeing here by the freshman. Just not afraid to go out there and just take shots. He is absolutely doing his best effort to be a game changer in this offense.
3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Perez in the shotgun, takes a snap, looking, fires it to the right side, has a man wide open on the out route. Pop Williams, one of the best names in the league. First catch of the night, sets up a first down.
Pop Williams with a nice little pop pass and just absolutely getting out, moving the chains. Gonna love to see that execution.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Perez, delayed draw to Olin Norris. Norris falls forward for 3 yards, sets up a 2nd and 7.
And as Ninja says, that Matt's gonna have to learn how to not be a Tua. As a Dolphins fan, that shot hurts.
2 receivers to the top. Perez under center. 3-step drop, looking, fires it to the top of the screen, into the stands. Didn't have anybody open. Plays for 3rd down.
Now, interesting question, Kate. That's good question. Which Perez? Because we do have both Rowan and Andrew Perez on this offense.
You got me with a Perez inception loop right here, man. Matt Perez dropping back, looking, fires it into the end zone, has a man. Tom Brown, 1st and goal, Irish.
Actually, correction, check that. There's a triplet of Perez's on the offense. I completely overlooked Matt. You've got Matt Perez, Rowan Perez, and Andrew Perez. They are just Perez'd out in this locker room.
David climbs in chat. Who's in the booth? You got Cade Padgett and Dominic, a.k.a. Umbreon Untamed. 2 tight ends set. Perez in the backfield. Decides to keep it on the read option. Cuts it upfield. Walk-in touchdown for the freshman. Irish up again.
Cade, stop me now.
I know there's
not
four.
only is there 3 on offense, as pointed out, there is a 4th Perez on the defense as well.
There's also a handful of walk-ons, so one of the walk-ons could have Perez as well. I feel like we know what the theme is going to be here. The extra point is up and good. 14-7, Irish lead over Tennessee. Minute 30 left in the first quarter.
If you're out there in chat hanging out with us, take a. If you're of age, take a drink every time Perez is said.
That's not going to be very good. You won't make it to halftime. Joel McClain out to the 30-yard line for the Tennessee Volunteers as Verdugo takes the field again. 2 receivers to the top, tight end receiver to the bottom. Fulton behind Verdugo. Verdugo turns around, hands it to Fulton. Fulton running left, cuts it back right, lowers his shoulder, not going down. 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4.
This offense seems to not mind being predicated by Fulton doing all the work. 7 carries, 43 yards. Gotta absolutely love that, but want to see some passing around as well.
3 receivers to the top. Fulton behind Verdugo. Fulton gets it again, running left up the middle, has a lane, gets up to near midfield, 12-yard run, first down, Tennessee.
And Cade seems to continue the trend of I don't know ball. I ask for a pass, massive gashing run.
Yeah, we don't know anything. 2 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Verdugo rolling out to his left, fires it across his body, has a man, Dustin James, 3-yard catch, sets up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, not mad at the throw there. Absolutely, you're going to have to take in the gains, but I really think that Verdugo had green grass and could have absolutely just went feral out there.
2 receivers to the top, 2 backs in the backfield with Verdugo. Verdugo hands off to Fulton. Fulton running light, cuts back left, breaks a tackle, does not break the second one, gets 1 yard, sets up a 3rd and 6.
The first time we see a little east-west action out of Fulton, and it just absolutely gets boxed up and was literally so free.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Verdugo takes the snap, looking, fires it, and caught on the sideline. Nope, out of bounds. We might get a review. It looked close, but it is an incomplete pass. No review. Wow.
Tough call.
Pass. That was a tough call, and Tennessee is forced to get the ball back to the Irish. David Ware, a.k.a. Broadcaster of the Year, in chat. Lots for both of these teams to prove tonight. I agree, David. There is going to be a lot on the line, and that is the end of the first quarter. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish lead the Tennessee Volunteers 14-7. You are watching the CFSL on YouTube. Welcome back to the second quarter. 2 tight ends set. Matt Perez, the freshman, under center. Motion the receiver. Perez, 5-step drop, looking, fires it over the middle, has a man, and it is dropped by his receiver, sets up a 2nd and 10.
I believe that's the second case we've seen so far tonight of receivers putting their eyes upfield and not making sure they're establishing possession of these balls.
3 receivers to the bottom. Screen pass to the bottom of the screen by Perez, caught by Joe Nathan, 2-yard reception. Kojo in chat, us Notre Dame are for real this year. I think you need to comment on that. We will see how that goes. Yeah, as by our admin team, you need to beat somebody first. We'll see what happens. Matt Perez in the shotgun, looking downfield, and he is sacked. Brought down on the play by Sean Cunningham. His first sack of the night, sets up a 4th and long.
Yeah, I got to argue with you there, Cade. I believe Ninja was right. I don't believe that was a screen. That felt more like a check down vibe to me. Now, unfortunately, I will say what a shame that this drive had to come to a stand here. No, Tennessee got it figured out, and they got the stymie going. We're gonna see who's gonna be the next one to make a mistake.
Well, let's see. We've had a touchdown on both teams' first offensive drives, and now we've had some punts. The defenses are finally starting to stand up a little bit. Let's see which offense can wake back up.
Couldn't have said it any better there, buddy.
3 receivers to the bottom of the screen, 1 to the top. Verdugo in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Read option to Kelby Fulton. Breaks a tackle by Verdugo. Lowers his shoulder, gets 4 yards, sets up a 2nd and 6.
And as David Ware said, not so fast, not even half a game into the season. Let's see some more football before we make claims. Absolutely can't say that any more accurate.
3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Verdugo in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's looking, fires it to his tight end on a flat route. Wide open, not a soul around him. He's going to get a lot of rack yards. James triplet for 29 into the red zone. Go the Volunteers.
Nothing makes me happier than big boys making big plays. What a whip route by Triplet, absolutely just finding some open space out there. That is the move. That is the needle mover that Tennessee is going to need to try to get down there and match up.
You know, if we didn't talk pregame, and I'd be a little concerned with the amount of times you say you like big boys, but we talk pregame, so we know what it is. 2x2 set. Verdugo in the shotgun. Hands off to Fulton. Fulton running left for no yards. Sets up a 2nd and 10.
Way to throw me under the bus like that. It'd be your own teammate sometimes. Strange.
2 receivers to the bottom, tight end to the bottom. Verdugo in the shotgun, takes a snap. He's looking, fires it over the middle, has a man. A Shepherd down inside the 5-yard line. The Volunteers are knocking on the door.
No, and Verdugo absolutely dropped an ace off into the hands of Ace Shepherd, and now we are knocking. Maybe we see 7 points here.
2 tight ends set, 1 receiver to the top, 1 to the bottom. Verdugo under center, hands off to Fulton, and Fulton's fighting. Not Fulton, that's Tony Barrett, excuse me. I believe that might be a walk-on. That is a walk-on. We love some walk-on love.
Now, absolutely. Walk-ons can absolutely take over a game. Ask me how I know.
Empty formation, design quarterback draw by Verdugo, and it goes nowhere. Our admin are asking it, how do you know? Because are you a walk-on, my good friend?
No, I witnessed a walk-on with 2 touchdowns last season for Auburn. Walk-ons can absolutely be everything.
Empty set again. Verdugo throwing it this time as a man on an out route and in and out. A bad drop by the Tennessee receiver, leaving points on the board. They're going to settle for 3.
Nah, absolutely devastating to see that drop in the end zone, but Notre Dame's going to be happy that they got that locked up, and they got only 3 points put on their head for that effort.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Irish and you're the Irish defense, you don't really care how it happens. They didn't score a touchdown, whether it was something you did or whether it was something they did. They didn't get in the end zone.
Oh, no, absolutely.
As Andy Johnson returned by 20 yards. Kojo, I do not believe I know there's not a freshman defensive player of the year. There's just a overall defensive player of the year. There is a freshman of the year, though, so we'll wait and see what happens. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Perez in the shotgun. Delayed draw to Olin Norris. Olin Norris running right, breaks 1 tackle, gets 1 yard, sets up a 2nd and 9.
You know, and I know how I said earlier that last season this offense was really predicated going through Olin Norris. Seems to be a little bit of a change this year, and it's refreshing to watch.
3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Perez hands off to Norris. Norris running left, gets a tackle for a 3-yard loss. I tell you what, man, you say it's not predicated through, but he gets it 2 plays in a row.
You know how the game works. I open my mouth, immediately disproven. It's kind of been the theme of the night, and I don't mind it.
I feel like as the officially unofficial commentator of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, I feel like Silent Ninja does it just to mess with you sometimes. Perez under center, drops back, fires it to his man over the middle, has Olin Norris on a little check down route, gets 15 yards, sets up a 1st down.
Oh no, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Silent's got a bug up in here just to make my life interesting. It seems to be the theme, and I don't mind it a little bit. But however, absolute beautiful 1st down and conversion there for Notre Dame.
Are you liking what you're seeing so far from the freshman quarterback?
Oh, absolutely. This has a big game feel, and he is stepping up into the moment, and he's not shying away from it.
2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Tight end motions, bottom to top. Perez in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's looking, rolling right. Fires into his tight end on a sit-down route. Tom Brown for 5 yards. Sets up a 2nd and 5.
Oh, that catch right there puts Tom Brown over the 50 yards receiving mark this early into the game. I would be keeping an eye on Tom Brown for the rest of the night.
Ninja, you were mentioned because Dominic here is the officially unofficial broadcaster of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Perez fires to the left to Tom Brown again, gets up near midfield, 1st down Irish.
Hey, that's one time I called something that actually went right. What is this?
And we have a Twitch update coming to you momentarily. 3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Delayed draw to Olin Norris. Norris met immediately, gets a 2-yard gain. Over on Twitch, we have a 4-yard touchdown pass to Dakota Sidris as LSU closes the lead 17-10. Clemson still leads with 3 minutes and 17 seconds left in the 1st half. Three receivers to the top, one to the bottom. Perez takes the snap. He's looking, fires it to his man out of the backfield. Caught by Norris for a 2-yard gain. Sets up a 3rd and 7.
And you know what? It is fitting a Pokemon would be your official broadcast partner, and what a perfect partner to have.
Hey, I love Pokemon. Matt Perez drops back, fires it over the middle, or not over the middle, to the sideline, and it is broken up by the Tennessee defender. Number 25, that is, trying to find it, Alex Thompson, the 5-star junior with the pass breakup, and Notre Dame will punt. Do we have a for the brand moment? No, we do not have a for the brand moment. Ball fielded at the 10, brought out to about the 20-yard line as Tennessee will take over with just over 4 minutes left in this first half. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. Fulton behind Verdugo in the pistol. Verdugo takes the snap, fires it downfield, has a man streaking, and it is caught. Can he outrun the defenders? No, he can't. Brought down at the 20-yard line. A Shepard with the big play for the Volunteers.
A Shepard is such a dynamic route runner in sure hands. That is a player that I would put so much faith in if I was Verdugo. He's there when you need it to show up and make a big play. That is a bump in the direction that the Volunteers are looking for.
And they are knocking on the door of the red zone. 2 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. 2 backs in the backfield with Verdugo. Verdugo takes the snap, read option to Fulton, decides to keep it himself, running right, lowers his shoulder, breaks the tackle, 5 yards on first down, sets up a 2nd and 5.
Good hard run, gets him into the red zone. Not mad at it. Love to see the keep for yourself. Go fight for your own yards.
2 receivers to the top, 2 backs in the backfield with Verdugo. Verdugo motions tight end from left to right. Calls his audibles, takes the snap, decides to read option again, decides to keep it himself. 3 yards on the gain, sets up a 3rd and 1.
Ooh, absolutely just got tripped up there. I want to say, I think that was Jordan Little who came in and got the ACL.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Verdugo hands off to Fulton. Fulton up the middle, has the first down inside the 5. 8-yard gain, 1st and goal, Tennessee.
Now, you would like to think maybe bells and sirens are going off on the sidelines for Notre Dame, but they've been here before. They've held to 3. I don't think they're stressing just yet.
2 tight ends to the bottom, 2 receivers to the top. Fulton running up the middle, decides to stop his feet. Tony Barrett stopped his feet. The walk-on got 2 yards, sets up a 2nd and goal.
What a stop. Notre Dame is not backing down.
Seems like the walk-on is still in the game behind Verdugo. Verdugo calls his audibles, hands off to the walk-on. Walk-on touchdown. Tony Barrett, and Tennessee is in the lead.
Love to see a walk-on getting to have his name called in the big moments. Somebody go give that kid a full ride. He is earning every bit of it now as Tennessee has pushed themselves back into the lead.
Tiny, get your butt down to that sideline and give that man a scholarship. He has earned it. Tennessee leads by 3, 17-14. Just over 2.5 minutes left in this first half.
If there's not a scholarship waiting in the locker room at this point, I don't know what's going on anymore.
Notre Dame fields the ball just outside of the goal line. And brought back to, it's not down yet. Just outside, just to the 25-yard line.
Wow, they're absolutely stonewalled.
And look at this specific game live summary. The plays are almost identical, but the yards are heavily in favor of Tennessee. You'd think that if they didn't settle for 3, you'd be feeling a lot better about it being 21-14 instead of 17-14. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Perez under center, turns around, hands it to Olin Norris. Olin Norris breaks 2 tackles, 8-yard gain, sets up a 2nd and 2.
Good hard nose running there. Only 18 yards on 7 rushes for Olin Norris, but Olin Norris is starting to get that engine good and warm and is looking to get that motor just in high gear.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Perez in the shotgun, play action, drops back. He's looking, fires it to the left side, has a man, into traffic. Perez to Perez. What a catch by Andrew Perez.
B.O.T. dot. What a frozen rope splitting the defense.
2 receivers to the top, tight end receiver to the bottom. Perez under center, turns around, heads to Norris. Norris running left. He's got blockers. He's across the 40, breaking tackles, 20-yard run. The Irish are driving.
Like I said, that engine was getting good and hot and absolutely take off for 20 yards. Owen Norris saying, hey, this might be the Perez Bowl, but I'm making my name known too.
Just outside of the 30-yard line, 2 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom, 2 backs in the back, or 1 tight end, 1 receiver to the bottom. Perez in the backfield, drops back, he's looking, getting pressured, fires it over the middle into traffic, and it is somehow caught for a 5-yard gain by Andrew Perez. Likes to make the contested catches.
The contested catches are massive when they're converted. Just held on in traffic.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Perez in the shotgun, drops back, takes the snap. He's looking, fires it over the middle, has a man. Jesse Morris, 6-yard reception. His first catch of the night, first down, Irish.
Just converting and hitting the plays when they need it. Notre Dame is responding just as we expected them to, but now the clock might start to need to be an issue.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Perez takes the snap, looking, fires it over the middle, has a man on a drag route. Brought down for 7 yards, Tom Brown. There is the first timeout for the Irish. 3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Norris offsets Perez. Perez hands off to Norris, delayed draw up the middle, breaks the tackle, breaks another tackle inside the 5. First down, Irish.
Cade, I'll tell you what, I'm not liking these timeouts. You're too close to scoring, and there's too much time on the clock.
We saw it last game. 3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Perez dropping back, looking, has all day, fires it to his tight end on a sit-down route, and he is met. Tom Brown met at the 1-yard line. We have a quick Twitch update. 10-yard touchdown pass to Arnold Dowell for Clemson. Clemson goes up 24-13 with 37 seconds left in the half. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Perez in the shotgun, drops back, he's looking, he fires it, and has the man in traffic. Jesse Morris for the 1-yard touchdown. The Irish are back in front. That is another walk-on touchdown.
Man, walk-ons across the field are just getting their love tonight. You get a scholarship. You get a scholarship. Everybody's earning their scholarships tonight. It's the Perez Bowl. It's the walk-on bowl. Call it what you want. We've got a game here, but still, the fact still remains. 48 seconds left on the clock. 3 timeouts in your pocket. We've seen it done with less time in the first game. You don't want to leave that much time to allow them to get back up and close this gap going into half.
He was a walk-on halfback, Ninja. He was out as a wide receiver, or he came out of the backfield as Tennessee takes it just outside of the 30. 44 seconds, 3 timeouts. You have to think that the Tennessee Volunteers are going to try to get something going here.
Well, like I said, you take a shot here on first down. You read the temperature, play it off of that.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Verdugo in the shotgun, looking, fires it over the middle, has a man caught on a little check down route. James Triplett for 7 yards. First timeout, Tennessee.
Man, I'll tell you what, tight ends are absolutely getting their flowers tonight.
2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Verdugo in the shotgun, takes a snap, delayed draw 2. Kelby Fulton. Fulton breaking 1, breaking 2, up near midfield. What a run by the freshman.
That's just good, hard-nosed, aggressive, gritty running right there. You love it.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Verdugo in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's looking, fires it deep down the sideline into traffic, and knocked away by Jordan Little, doing a little bit of everything tonight.
No, absolutely beautiful breakup. I thought that was going to come down.
And we have another Twitch update coming shortly. Empty set for Verdugo. 3 receivers to the bottom, 2 to the top. Verdugo looking, fires it to the top of the screen, has a man out of bounds. Wesley Todd, 3-yard reception. His second of the night sets up a 3rd and 7. Over on Twitch, a 62-yard touchdown pass to Dakota Siders for LSU. I believe LSU trails or LSU leads, or Clemson leads 24-20 just as half expires. That is a great game over on Twitch, but we got a good one here, and Verdugo is sacked for a 10-yard loss, and Notre Dame takes a timeout. Interesting.
Yeah, we're hold on, wait a minute.
Curious. I mean, they don't have any other timeouts, and punt returns don't come very often other than, I mean, Notre Dame got one here, 16 yards. They got 12 seconds left. You'd think they'd probably take at least one shot.
When in Rome, right?
When in Rome. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Perez dropping back, looking, fires it, and it is out of bounds. Ran out of space on the sideline, didn't have the room to get the foot down. Sets up a 2nd and 10.
You know what? Clock stopped. If I'm Notre Dame, go find you a seam beater, air it out, see what happens.
The receivers from the bottom, one to the top. Perez, delayed draw to Olin Norris, and they are just going to seal it into halftime. 2-yard loss, but that is the clock. There you go. The clock's running now. That is going to do it for our.
Wait,
this clock.
Okay.
This clock. That's going to do it for our first half. Notre Dame leads. The Fighting Irish lead the Tennessee Volunteers 21-17 here in the 8:30 time slot on YouTube. You are watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. We are coming right back. Dominic, not as exciting as our first game that we had this evening, but I don't think any game is going to live up to that for week one. But what have we seen so far from the Irish and the Volunteers?
Well, not so fast, my friend. Remember, the game that we watched earlier did have a kind of slow lull for the first half. Came out second half, and it was just fireworks galore. There's no way that they're not going to have that same repeat here. But both offenses are gelling right now. They're comfortable. You're working in new players on both offenses. You're figuring things out. Both defenses are both locking down as well.
If you look at these first half stats, it's almost identical on the passing. It's close on the rushing, almost identical on time of possession. The only thing is the one Tennessee turnover. So if you're Tennessee, it feels like you left a little bit out there.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, you're going to have your what ifs and you're going to have your questions. But however, looking at the score, it's a one possession game. Never say never. Come out, take your notes, make your adjustments. You just got to go out and execute one play at a time. Keep it in front of you. Don't let the environment get in your head.
And if you're either one of these teams, I mean, it's just keep doing what you're doing. Mix in the running game, get your quarterbacks going, especially if you're Notre Dame and Matt Perez. He's going to have a good career in his time in the CFSL, and this has been a decent start so far. The Irish field the kick at about the 5-yard line and get it out near the 40. Andy Johnson with a 31-yard return sets up the Irish in great field position.
Kate, I've got some breaking news coming out of the half. It seems no walk-ons were awarded scholarships in the locker room. What a shame.
We are watching the second half in protest then because those walk-ons deserve it. Perez to the right on a flat route, caught by Joe Nathan for a 4-yard reception, sets up a 2nd and 6. Over on Twitch, we have a very early Twitch update. A 9-yard touchdown pass to Paul Gavin. Clemson extends their lead 31-20 with 8:46 left in the third.
I want to give credit to Trey Gaither on that absolute punishing hit there. That is a hit by a corner.
We've seen a lot of hard hits tonight. With credit, these defenses are flying around. Perez decides to call his own number on the read option, lowers the shoulder, breaks the tackle, gets the first down up to midfield.
I'm loving this execution for the first time start of Matt Perez. The field is not too big for him. The moment is not bright. He's in his bag.
Bubble screen, Perez to the right, and he is leveled. Jordan Little paid the price on that one. What a hit by number 19 for the Tennessee Volunteers.
That's going to be Dave Dennis.
Name? Oh, my goodness. Dennis. The 3-star sophomore from Halifax, Canada. What a hit.
Talk about a hit, don't you know?
3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Perez under center. 3-step drop, looking, decides to step up, fires it to the bottom of the screen, has a tight end on his out route, and it is Tom Brown for 11 yards. Move the chains for the Irish.
Now, I love this execution, still in the bag going to Tom Brown. However, Chris Leon has been a solid supporter on this offense and deserves some love and some respect too. I would love to see Chris Leon get his name called tonight as well.
Well, Perez is spreading it out to just about everybody as he hands it off to Norris, running right, cuts it back left, get for a 3-yard gain. But for the freshman, he's looked very comfortable tonight.
No, absolutely. Not being stingy at all. It's just passing it around to whoever wants it, not afraid to call his own number, just eating it.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Perez, delayed draw to Olin Norris. Norris running left and met for a 0-yard gain, sets up a 3rd and 7.
Now you're going to wonder if Tennessee's going to come out here and make a stand. We're stuck in no man's land right here. Who wants it more?
Two receivers to the top, two to the bottom. Perez in the shotgun, decides to take snap, screen to the right side. Caught by the walk-on, gets a cut block, and lowers his shoulder. Jesse Morris for 4th and 3. That makes it a question for Notre Dame. This could be go-for-it territory. They're going to the long field goal. This is about a 50-yarder.
Well, Bradley Abrams has the kick for it.
And the kick is up, and it is good. Abrams from downtown to extend the Notre Dame lead to a full touchdown, 24-17, just under 7 minutes left in the third quarter.
And Abrams with a tank attached to his leg absolutely boomed that in from a long distance. What a kick.
And Tennessee brings it out of the end zone to about the 22-yard line. Joel McClin Jr. on the return, and the Volunteers going to work for the first time in the second half. Two backs in the backfield with Verdugo. Two receivers to the bottom. Verdugo drops back, looking off his back foot into traffic and kind of short arms it to his receiver. You'd like for him to plant his feet when he makes that throw.
Apparently, a tank attached to his leg did not work over well for the Abrams tank joke, so I'm going to eat that bad dad pun.
Two to the bottom, one to the top. Verdugo to the bottom of the screen. Finds his man, a Shepherd, for 8 yards. A tank attached to his leg means he shot that ball out of the cannon. What a kick. Two tight ends to the bottom of the screen. Two backs in the backfield with Verdugo. Expect a run formation here. And it is a handoff to Fulton. Fulton with the nasty stiff arm, but Peyton Lange with the TFL sets up a 4th and 3.
Lang is absolutely having a night himself as well. Got to make sure that we give credit to the defense when they step up and they make a stop.
I apologize on the mispronunciation. It is Lang, not Lange. I am a middle school teacher, and I tell my kids at the beginning of the year every year, if I mispronounce your name, it's not because I don't like you, it's because I'm not the smartest, so I apologize. Broken tackle on the punt return, running left as Jason Steiner for a 5-yard return. The Irish have the chance to extend it to a 2-possession lead.
And you'd like to think that they're not going to hold back and cut any routes here. They are absolutely meaning to go extend this lead.
Empty set quads to the bottom of the screen. Perez fires, has a man on an out route, lowers his shoulder. Tom Brown for 11 yards. Seems to be the freshman's favorite target tonight.
Hey, you've got a large utility blanket that can beat coverage and can create space. Absolutely hit your security blanket.
Perez, the late draw to Norris. Norris running left. Gets 6 yards, sets up a 2nd and 4.
Gotta be happy seeing this type of production so far for Notre Dame compared to last season. The fans are hype. The chat is hype. Notre Dame is feeling it.
Two tight ends to the top, two receivers to the bottom. Perez over the middle, has a man on a slant route, caught by Rowan Perez, the other Perez on the offense, 9-yard reception. Matt Perez sitting over 80% completion right now, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. This has been a near perfect night for the freshman. Three receivers to the bottom, one to the top. Perez calls his own number on the read option, and Tennessee saw that the whole way. 3-yard loss by Kay Allison, 3rd TFL of the night.
And Kay, do we keep going with the Fighting Irish, or are we swapping over per David and going the Fighting Chefs? Because apparently Notre Dame is cooking.
The Fighting Chefs. Oh my goodness. That is just a bad dad joke. Delayed draw to Norris. Norris for a 1-yard loss. We have a Twitch update. 6-yard touchdown run by the freshman TD Hurd, his 2nd touchdown of the game. Clemson extends their lead over LSU to 38-20 with just over 4 minutes left in the third. Big 3rd down here for the Fighting Irish. Trips, bunch, sets to the bottom of the screen. Perez in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's looking. Fires it to the top of the screen, has a man on an out route, and it is broken up by Deegan Fry. His first deflection of the night sets up a 4th and long.
Just an unfortunate stop there. Tennessee's happy to get that held here. See if they can if they can get a decent return off this. And nope, it's gonna just roll out the back of the end zone.
I mean, if you're Tennessee, that's kind of what you want. You don't want a for the brand moment. You get to take the ball out to the 20-yard line and go to work. Two receivers to the top, two backs in the backfield, one tight end, one back in the backfield with Verdugo. Verdugo takes the snap, fires it over the middle, has a man on a drag route, caught by James Triplett, 9 yards, sets up a 2nd and 1.
It seems like tonight's work is going to be exclusively going to be halfbacks and tight ends, not getting a lot of wide receiver love in this matchup tonight.
unless your name is A. Shepherd. Two backs in the backfield with Verdugo. Verdugo hands off to Kelby Fulton. Fulton running left, gets the first down. We have another Twitch update in just a second. 24-17. We'll get it after this play. 24-17, just over 4 minutes left here on YouTube. Thursday night. Two receivers from the top, one to the bottom. Verdugo hands off to Fulton. Fulton for 3 yards, sets up a 2nd and 7. And LSU strikes back immediately. A 67-yard touchdown pass to Gabriel Guerrero to draw him to 38-27 with 5:36 left in the third quarter. Sounds like they got a good one going on Twitch. Verdugo hands off to the receiver on the jet. He is brought down. A Shepherd for a 4-yard gain, sets up a 3rd and 3.
Okay, absolutely. Sounds like we've got such a good game going over there on Twitch, but however, they don't have what this YouTube game has, and it's just the it factor.
Two backs in the backfield, two receivers to the top. Verdugo decides to keep it on the jet motion, calls his own number, has a lane, broken tackle. 14-yard gain across midfield, go the Volunteers.
Both quarterbacks are not afraid to call their own number and go pick up some yards. They're getting it done, just dirty, gritty, hard, efficient running. Both sides are just playing incredible.
Two receivers to the top, two backs in the backfield, receiver in motion. Verdugo hands to A. Shepherd on the jet motion, decides to cut it upfield, gets 5 yards, sets up a 2nd and 5.
I don't think you're going to be mad taking 5 yards on the first down play every time. Seems to be pretty effective if you're Tennessee.
If you get 5 yards on every down, you'll never see a third down. Two backs in the backfield, two receivers to the bottom of the screen. Verdugo hands off to Fulton, decides to call his own number, running left, cuts it, breaks a tackle. 11-yard gain, sets up a 1st down for Tennessee.
No, absolutely just tossed somebody, said, get your hands off me.
Two backs in the backfield, two receivers to the top. Verdugo sends the receiver in motion, decides to call his own number again. Notre Dame's all over it. Verdugo still fights for 2 yards.
Now, like I said, we've been here before. We've had these discussions. We're starting to get a little bit closer to Tennessee. Notre Dame has stymied them. I don't think they're worried just yet.
Two backs flanking Verdugo on either side. Two receivers to the top. Verdugo fires it over the middle, has a man on a drag route. Caught for a 5-yard gain. It is Wesley Todd, his 3rd catch of the night, sets up a 3rd and 3.
This is getting really interesting here. It's almost like we're watching a chess match take place.
Two tight ends to the top, one receiver each side. Verdugo hands off to Fulton. Fulton running right. He's trying to outrun the defender. The defender beats him to the sticks. No gain on the play. Sets up a 4th and 3. Quinn Giza on the TFL. Tennessee's going to take the long field goal, right hash, right leg kicker, and it is no good. Did he shank it or did he shanked it? He crossed it too far. No good, and Tennessee comes away with nothing.
If you're Notre Dame, you are celebrating that right there. They are feeling themselves.
Two receivers to the top, two to the bottom. Delayed draw to Norris, and Norris is met immediately for a 1-yard TFL.
Well, it seems like the delayed draw with Owen Norris has had mixed bag of results tonight. It's either it's been just bust open and pick up the first, or met and just absolutely just stymied right in the backfield.
It's not something you want to get away from, though. It's been good so far. Two tight ends, Matt Perez under center. Perez hands off to Norris. Norris lowers his shoulder and gets 5 yards, sets up a 3rd and 5.
Well, I like to go ahead and make this prediction just for it to go completely backwards. 3rd and 5, looks like you got a long 5. Go ahead and hit your safety blanket. You'll pick up the first.
Two receivers to the top, two to the bottom. Perez in the shotgun takes the snap. He's looking, fires it down the sideline into traffic, and it is broken up by the Tennessee defender. Number 5, Trey Gaither, the 5-star senior corner on the pass breakup.
Gaither has been seeing all across the field tonight. Whether he's hit sticking, he's getting deflections. Trey Gaither is trying to be that spark.
And a great return on the punt by Tennessee as Joel McClain gets 16 yards. That was probably the first throw of the night that you look at from Macklin, excuse me. That's the first throw of the night that you get from Matt Perez that was a little questionable, probably a freshman mistake there.
Felt himself too much.
Kelby Fulton behind Verdugo. Fulton gets the ball, running left, has blockers, lowers his shoulder, absolutely runs over someone. What a truck stick by Kelby Fulton into plus territory.
Man, we are seeing heavy hits galore, whether it's getting hit or just not even trying to wrap up there. Wow.
That was a disrespectful run.
No, that had some stink.
Wow. 3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Verdugo hands off to Fulton. Fulton running right up the middle, gets 6 yards. Excuse me, that's the walk-on Tony Barrett, 6 yards, sets up a 2nd and 4.
Walk-on still needs to earn that scholarship. Apparently, what a shame.
This man is fighting for his scholarship. 3 receivers to the bottom, top 1 to the bottom. Verdugo takes the snap, stepping to the right, fires it back left, has a man wide open, caught in traffic. Nico Dennis for 10 yards. And that is going to do it for our 3rd quarter. Get your 4s up in chat. We got a good one. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish lead the Tennessee Volunteers 24-17. You are watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. And we are back with the final quarter of play and what has turned out to be a fantastic game. 2 backs in the backfield. Verdugo hands off to Fulton, goes nowhere. Austin Portier on the tackle.
Wow, just absolutely sniffed that out. It was like, we've seen the same song and dance. Absolutely not letting anything develop there.
Yeah, Kelby Fulton has started to do whatever he wants to do against this Irish defense, and they're starting to sell out. Verdugo getting pressured, brought down. Zach Ramey with his first sack of the night. Good play by the Irish defense.
Well, if you're going to have a quiet night and you're going to get your first tackle, go ahead and make it a big sack that is needed in that moment. What a pressured sack there.
3rd and 16. I'm thinking it's either a screenplay or a sideline shot. Verdugo takes the snap. He's looking, fires it to the sideline, and it is deflected away by the Irish defense. The Irish stand tall.
And, of course, who else but Jordan Little standing up and getting the deflection.
This Tennessee team is going for it. They're in no man's land, so they're going to take their shot. Verdugo fires it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wesley Todd! 32-yard strike by Verdugo.
What a gamble, and it pays off. Didn't know if I agreed going with it with that much time on the clock, but big boys step up and make plays when it matters the most, and that's just a head top for Wesley Todd.
I don't think it needs to be overstated. That was 4th and 16. That was as clutch can get from the Tennessee Volunteers. Quick Twitch update. 1-yard touchdown run by Robert Wetzel. Clemson now leads the LSU Tigers 45-27 with 1 minute and 36 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And we have a tie ball game, just over 8 minutes left here on YouTube. 24-24. The Irish are fixing to go back to work after this kick return. Jason Steiner out just past the 20-yard line.
Man, I'll tell you what, Cade. Here is going to be a defining drive for the young freshman Matt Perez. Do you have that dog in you?
Perez under center, hands to Norris. Norris running right, breaks a tackle, gets 4 yards, sets up 2nd and 6.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
Alex Thompson, 7 tackles on the night. What a performance.
3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Perez in the shotgun. Hands off to Norris on the delayed draw, and it is going nowhere. The Tennessee defense sees it out. Devin pounds it into the dirt, sets up a 3rd and 8.
You know, Cade, I know you said earlier, the last time we talked about this, that you wouldn't shy away from it. That is now back-to-back times on the delay handoff that has just been swallowed. Might need to check away from that.
It needs to be used situationally, and they're not doing that. Perez drops back, finds his man on a corner route, and it is a dime. First down, Irish. Jordan Little doing a little bit of everything tonight.
Just wow. First off, what a snag by Little, but what a throw by the freshman. Putting it only where Little gets it or nobody. That was a throw.
We're not going to overstate that enough. That was a perfect throw by Matt Perez. 2 receivers to the top, 2 backs in the backfield. Perez, play action, steps up, fires it over the middle, has a man on a crossing route, and it is Jordan Little again. First down, Irish.
Well, I think Notre Dame has said, hey, they're going to go ahead and lock into Tom Brown here. They're going to expect that to be going that way. They sneak the two-way player out there and say, hey, go play distraction, go get open.
And this is exactly what you wanted to see if you're the Irish. You're already into plus territory, about the 36-yard line going in. You got a good drive going. You just got to finish it. 2 receivers to the top, 2 backs in the backfield with Perez. Perez takes a shot to a check down. Jesse Morris, the walk-on, 1-yard loss in the play. 2nd and 11 coming up.
No, absolutely takes a shot making that throw and absolutely gets shot by Gage Henry on that bring down. What a hit.
And the walk-on Jesse Morris is doing everything he can tonight. 3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Matt Perez in the shotgun. Looking, fires it over the middle, has a man, and it is broken up by the Tennessee defense. 3rd and long coming up. We have a quick twitch update. 54-yard touchdown pass to Nasir Pope for LSU. Clemson now leads 45-34 with 1 second left in the 3rd quarter. Perez under center, drops back, fires it down the sideline. It is caught, and he beats the defenders. Jordan Little, his 2nd touchdown of the night. Matt Perez is 3rd. Irish back in front.
What a absolute missile of a throw, and that is what you want to see by your freshman quarterback. Not afraid to take the shot, let it fly. It looked like it was over double coverage. Absolutely had a step on him and just got it when it was needed.
And Jordan Little is a generational talent, plays both sides of the ball, living up to the generational talent name. As you see the Fighting Irish mascot doing push-ups clapping push-ups that I know no one in chat can do, myself included. And we have just under 7 minutes left for Tennessee to tie this game up.
Pretty sure last time I tried to do those, I'm pretty sure my nose is still a little offset.
Tennessee breaking some tackles with Joel Macklin, excuse me, my goodness. Joel Macklin on the return had a chance for Tennessee. Just outside of the 25-yard line. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Verdugo in the shotgun takes the snap. Looking, fires it to his man wide open on a sit-down route. Broken tackle is Dusty James, I believe. That's his 2nd catch of the night. I thought it was his first. 2nd catch of the night for Dusty James. First down, Volunteers.
No, I'm so glad you said, because I was also thinking, I was like, I feel like that's the first time we've gotten to call Dusty tonight, but no, that was the 2nd catch, absolutely.
I didn't think we had called this name. I mean, I know I hadn't. I called A. Shepard a lot, hadn't called Dusty James, but 2nd catch of the night for the young man. And it is a full house backfield with Sterling Verdugo. Hands off to the fullback, running right, and Jimmy White goes nowhere.
Hey, Ninja, we're absolutely not bringing that back from last season. Party stays last season. We are not continuing that tradition this year.
2 receivers to the top, 2 backs in the backfield. Fulton running up the middle, and 2-yard gain sets up a 3rd and 8. We apologize for the technical difficulties. No idea what happened, but we didn't miss anything. We're right back. It's 3rd and 8. 3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Verdugo in the shotgun, calling his audibles. Takes the snap. He's looking, fires it down the sideline. Has a man, he's going, and brought down just shy of the goal line. A Shepard, over 100 yards. 1st and goal, Tennessee.
When you're averaging 28 yards a catch, Cade, that is dynamic player standards. Just not enough gas in the tank to get over the finish line, but a massive shot in the arm. Tennessee needed that.
2 tight ends in the formation, 2 receivers to the bottom. Verdugo under center. Turns around, hands it to Kelby Fulton. Fulton running left, has blockers, and he gets to the goal line. Touchdown, Fulton. We have a tie game pending the extra point.
Nah, the blockers got really slippery on that last play, just holding just outside. Maybe had a little bit of laundry interference, but just absolutely made sure they could get that edge set. What a beautiful find there for Kelby Fulton.
you said the blockers are getting slippery, and in chat we're talking about a Diddy party because Silent Ninja has said they get goth girls if they win, Diddy party if we lose, and they're rooting for a Diddy party. I don't, no sir. Just
yeah,
no.
welcome to Notre Dame football. This is how we partied last season.
And
I tried to fight it. Seems like it's continuing. I tried.
We're looking at some of the highlights right now. What has been an absolute, what we thought is, we didn't think it was going to be this good of a game coming into it, but we got an absolute show coming up with 5.5 minutes left.
You know, it's a little bit too early.
I know. 3 receivers to the top. Perez in the shotgun. Decides to call his own number, cuts it upfield, lowers his shoulder, 11-yard first down.
Now, what I was saying, Cade, it's a little too early to predict it, but do we get back-to-back extra time games tonight?
We love free football, and I will always be in favor of free football, except when my team's winning. Three receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Matt Perez on the screen pass, gets it to Olin Norris. Norris cuts upfield, gets 4 yards, sets up 2nd and 6. A first down screen, I am perfectly fine with. That is a great play call. 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know what they say about screens?
60% of the time, they work every time.
Oh, actually, I didn't know. Thank you for telling me.
And I see I'm just a helper. 3 receivers to the top, hands off to Olin Norris running right, and he is tackled for a loss, sets up a 3rd and long coming up.
And Gaither just absolutely just continuing the trend of punishing hits. Just, Olin's got to be feeling some kind of way right now.
2 receivers to the bottom. Walk on back behind Matt Perez. Perez, 7-step drop, looking, fires it downfield into traffic. And Deegan Fry with his 2nd deflection of the night. The Irish punting away to the Tennessee Volunteers.
Gotta imagine you can feel a little bit of momentum shifting in the air right here in South Bend.
And Tennessee looks like they're coming after this punt. They don't get there. And just fielded just outside of the 20. Brought back just outside of the 30. Joel Macklin. I got it right finally. As we look at the Tennessee highlights from Verdugo to a Shepherd to everybody and anybody else that has scored tonight, it has been a show by 2 teams that are looking to improve on their fortunes from last season.
Also, Cade, I am proud of you. It only took you to halfway through the 4th quarter to get his name correct. And you know it? It's not because we don't like you, Macklin. We're just not the brightest bunch.
I'm just not the smartest, I promise you. 2 backs, 1 back in the backfield, 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Motion the receiver, play action on the jet sweep. Verdugo steps up, has a man on a crossing route. Broken tackle, says, get off me. To the 45 goes James Triplett.
Nope, pretty sure it was asked in chat for the big boys to get their love back and keep that momentum going. And it seems like Triplett said, "Don't mind if I do. Call my number, coach. I got you."
I'm not going to throw you under the bus again, but I already did it once. But come on.
At this point, we got Diddy parties, we have golf girls, and we got football.
It's CFSL After Dark on YouTube. 2 receivers to the bottom, 2 to the top. Verdugo keeps it on the read option, calls his own number, lowers his shoulder, gets up a Tony 10, sets up a 2nd and inches.
Oh no, I feel a disturbance in the force for Tony.
Is the hair on the back of your neck tingling?
A little bit. Homer, by the way, with 6 tackles.
3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Verdugo in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's looking, and he fires it to the bottom of the screen, has a man wide open on a sit-down route. James Triplett again, 6 yards, first down, rocket top.
And that's just over 75 yards for Triplett on the night. What a game.
3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Fulton behind Verdugo in the pistol. Hands off to Fulton, running left. He's got blockers. He lowers his shoulder, and he is flattened for a 3-yard gain.
Now you gotta start thinking. All right, you're starting to get a little bit closer. You still got some time on the field. Do you go ahead and start flipping on that shoe clock and kind of letting it hurt down? Don't want to try to give Notre Dame too much to work with if they get the ball back.
I would start bleeding the clock, especially since Fulton is over the century mark on rushing yards. Verdugo in the shotgun, Fulton behind him, and I think they're going to manually start bleeding this clock. Not quite. Read option. Verdugo calls his own number. He's being tracked down from behind, sets up a 5-yard gain, 3rd and 2.
No, credit to Verdugo. Shifty move, avoiding that first would-be tackler. Just absolutely getting a little east-west, avoiding it, and getting close to the first down.
And Aryan Narula for Notre Dame up to 10 tackles on the night. Verdugo firing left, has a man in traffic. Jimmy White, 6-yard catch, move the chains.
I think Narula's trying to make a case for Defensive Player of the Week. Absolutely trying to just eat up every tackle possibly. And if you, like Black BK, that boy is slippery.
I'm not going to say it. 3 receivers from the bottom, 1 to the top. Verdugo in the shotgun. Turns around, hands it to Fulton. Fulton met immediately. 2-yard loss. Sets up a 2nd and 12. Just over 2 minutes left in this game.
And Coach, over 10 tackles but losing? Is it really losing if you're tied? Hey, I wouldn't start putting that mindset yet. Play can shift. You just need one play.
2 receivers from the bottom, 2 backs in the backfield. Verdugo takes the snap, looking, fires it to Fulton out of the backfield. Fulton gives a stiff arm, gets inside the 10, sets up a 3rd and 4. And that's not Fulton, that's Tony Barrett. Tony Barrett wants me to know his name.
Sorry, Verdugo was finishing off a car alone back there. He had plenty of time.
2 tight end set, 1 receiver to the bottom, 1 to the top. Hands off to, it looks like Fulton running left. And he gets a 1st and goal. We have a Twitch update. That's neither one of them. That's Raphael Sims. We're just getting everybody in here. We have a Twitch update coming in just a second after this play. Verdugo takes a snap, calls his own number on the read option, breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles, and he is in. A grown man run by Sterling Verdugo. Tennessee leads late.
What a get off me, make a statement moment right there. Well, we're getting a beautiful view, just holding onto the ball there for some reason. But Verdugo would not be denied. Absolute way to step up and call your shot.
And over on Twitch, we have a 4-yard touchdown run by Nas Mason for LSU. They went for 2 and converted for 2. And Clemson now leads 45-42 with just under 5 minutes left to go in that game. And now Notre Dame and the freshman, Matt Perez. Just like last game, we have an opportunity for a freshman to have a quote-unquote legacy drive. Start your career off right. 2 receivers to the bottom. Perez takes the snap, and he is dropped. Sacked on the play. Big loss. Sean Cunningham, his 2nd tackle of the night, or sack of the night.
Tennessee is wanting to put it away.
Trips bunch. Matt Perez on a corner route, and it is into traffic. Gets away with it. 3rd and 17. 2 receivers to the top. Tight end receiver to the bottom. Back offset Perez. Perez calls in motion. Takes the snap. Running a screen to Olin Norris. And he is brought down. 4-yard loss on the play. Timeout, Notre Dame. This is the game right here.
Does the freshman have the magic?
2 receivers to the top. Perez under center finds it to his man on a slant. It just seemed like Matt Perez was just a little rush there. Caught by Andrew Perez for an 8-yard gain, but it is not going to be enough. Turnover on downs for the Irish.
Gotta feel for Notre Dame on that play.
2 tight ends to the bottom, hand off to Fulton. Fulton running right, lowers his shoulder. 2nd timeout by the Irish, 4-yard gain.
And you would say with hopes and doubts, maybe it could still be at this point. Rocky Top is gonna escape South Bend.
Anything can happen, but at this point now, with no Notre Dame timeouts and 40 seconds left, you would expect Tennessee to come out in victory formation, and they do just that.
Like they are.
They do just that. That is the best formation in football. Victory formation. Great game by Tennessee. Tough way to end it for Notre Dame, but you gotta like how you feel after the freshman Matt Perez put on one heck of a performance. Dominic, help me wrap it up.
Man, absolutely. I will go ahead and say this is the most fight I've seen Notre Dame put in the handful of games that I've had the privilege to be the quote-unquote official broadcaster for Notre Dame football. This team is moving in the right direction. They are absolutely gonna get it established. It's still early, but credit to Tennessee coming into South Bend and sneaking out with the victory. Hats off to both teams. Both played phenomenal. Tennessee was just the better team tonight.
And that is going to do it for us here on YouTube. You watched the Tennessee Volunteers beat the Notre Dame Fighting Irish 38-31. Thank you to our associate producer, Austin Crow, our executive producer, Mike Peters. Don't go anywhere. Head on over to Twitch, guys. LSU and Clemson fighting and driving late. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. We are wrapping up week 1 of the CFSL. It couldn't end any better. Thank you for joining us on Thursday night. We will see you next week.